Methodist Church was forced out of its sanctuary after Monday night's organ fire. After holding service at Temple Beth El Sunday, WIFR's Christ United talks with church members who returned to the space not to go inside, but to walk around it.
Dozens of Christ United Methodist Church members came together for an opposite of Jericho walk Sunday around the sanctuary, following Monday's organ fire inside the building.
I think everyone heard about the event online or from friends or on TV, and not everyone has been able to go into the building itself, and this building carries so many memories. So being able to come together, walk around the church, be with each other, it's a time to heal.
Church leader Caleb Hong says this walk around the space was an opportunity for its members to sing, read scripture, and pray for the church's restoration. For members like Gretchen Beeman, the building carries decades of memories, but what defines these memories goes beyond bricks and walls.
I would say that our church as a whole and the community and the people, that's what makes us a church. It's one of the songs we sang today. It's I am the church, you are the church, we are the church together. And that's not defined by this building, it's defined by the people.
As restoration begins, Hong says this moment is about more than repairing damage.
There's a phrase that I've used before, that you never want to waste a crisis. And the idea is that when you go through hardships, there can be good, and there can be rebuilding, and there can be new life on the other side. So that's my hope for us.
In Rockford, Shrikar Rajendran, WIFR News.
Restoration efforts are ongoing, and church leaders say they are grateful for the support from neighboring congregations and the Rockford community.